Good morning and welcome, everybody. We're thrilled to be starting the new year here at Crime Stoppers of Houston with Mayor Whitmire, Houston Police Chief Finner, and the Houston Area Police Chiefs Association, and I'll welcome their president in a moment. I quickly want to say that public safety is the #1 issue. The mayor's made that very, very clear, and we are so excited for this season of collaboration. Crime has been at an all-time high. It has been a concern for every single person that calls the city and county home. And what Crime Stoppers has been doing every day is showing up, speaking out, and saying we want to turn it from an all-time high to an all-time low. We are entering a massive spirit of collaboration and a season of collaboration that we are so excited by. Crime Stoppers of Houston is the #1 Crime Stoppers in the world. Of all the major cities, they come to us when it looks to the voice and the concerns of the people, and we offer a solution. We're so excited to keep doing that. And for now, I will welcome Chief Clemente. Thank you.
Thank you, Rania. Yes, I really want to say thank you to Crime Stoppers. My name is Clemente Rodriguez. I'm the chief of the Rice University Police Department and the current Houston Area Police Chiefs Association president. I will be the outgoing president. I'll be introducing the new president here shortly. But I want to say that the collaboration from Crime Stoppers helping us to bring law enforcement agencies together on a monthly basis throughout the year to continue to discuss all the issues facing our communities when it comes to crime and public safety has been invaluable. And we hope to continue that partnership. We hope to continue that collaboration. We hope to continue to grow that collaboration. And I feel confident today is a step in that right direction.
My name is Paul Cordova, Chief of Police for Aldine Independent School District, and I just want to dovetail off of what Chief Clemente Rodriguez just said. So thank you very much to Crime Stoppers for hosting us every month. We're over 200 members strong of chiefs, police chiefs, assistant chiefs, sheriffs, and constables. So we meet every month, and we continue to do that, to collaborate, share information, and continue to break down these barriers between us that the criminals have no barriers. We don't want to have any barriers. We want to share our resources and continue with the mayor giving us extra horsepower and leadership. We appreciate that, and we're looking forward to the partnership that we're going to have with the city of Houston. Thank you.
Thank everyone for being here. Thanks, Crime Stoppers, for, again, doing an excellent job. These chiefs and departments are here, but let me just get to the bottom line. I don't want meetings. We've been having meetings. I want action. And criminal justice is a system. Any component of it not working affects the entire system. So we have much to do. First of all, being safe is the most important thing for Houstonians. Not only be safe, but feel safe. I know for a fact that people have adjusted their lifestyles because they do not feel safe. Seniors don't go out at night. Families don't go to the parks. That's not the way great cities live. So nothing is more important in my administration than public safety. I have an excellent chief that understands that. We've already started drawing up action plans. This is a huge step today. The departments are going to work together. We have a lot of law enforcement in Harris County. We've just got to get them to collaborate, talk with each other, share resources, and it's not just officers on the street. It's the support systems. Our forensics are taking way too long to do examinations, ballistic tests to get people ready for court. Our judges, we've got some judges that understand how serious this is. Some do not take it as serious as they should. We need all of our judges to realize we're all in this together. We represent the same people. So what we have to do is continue to pursue reducing that backlog. There are 900 people on the streets of Houston charged with murder or capital murder waiting to go to court to be held accountable. A very dangerous group. They're either on bond or they're fugitives. The chief has already elaborated how we're going to make the repeat violent offenders, those fugitives, murderers, capital murders, our highest priority. I passed legislation last session moving murder and capital murder to the front of the line. There's no higher priority than to get repeat violent offenders off the street of Houston, held accountable in court, either be found innocent or incarcerated. Also, nonviolent offenders, if they need help turning their lives around, that's the smart element of crime. Tough and smart on crime will be the message and the practice and the mission of my administration. This is great. There's energy in the room, And also, I'm already detecting the energy of HPD officers. They're excited about having a mayor that understands the importance of their profession, and they want to serve Houstonians. So we're going to do a very serious recruitment in HPD to attract even additional officers. We're going to find the resources to pay them. We're going to work hand in hand with the sheriff of Harris County, and you're going to see a difference. I think I can already feel the difference, just the fact that Houstonians know that we admit that there's a problem. You can talk about the stats. You can take certain categories that are better than last year. I'm not going to debate the stats, because whoever I debate will lose, because the public and I know that we can do better and protect Houstonians and our partners in the county. With that said, Chief Fenner, I appreciate you.
Open up for questions. I know your schedule is a little
Oh,
bit
any
tight.
questions? Yeah, I've got to go swear in some officers.
You said you wanted to find more money to pay officers.
Yes.
Where are you gonna find this money?
We're going through audits right now in every department. We're going to cut out waste, duplication. We're going to partner with other agencies. We're going to go to the state of Texas. I have a very good relationship with the state leadership. I work across the aisle. Let me just tell you this. We're going to do whatever it takes. After we cut out duplication and waste and conflicts of interest, if we don't have enough to keep people safe, we will go back to the public and tell them we need additional resources. So it's kind of one of those things. I don't have time to waste. I'm impatient. Like I said, I don't want us to just come together and talk to each other. I want to leave here with the officers and the chiefs fired up.
So you're maybe gonna go to the public. Is there any discussion?
I'm going to do whatever it takes to have adequate fire and police protection for the citizens of Houston. They just elected me because that was my message.
Would that include trying to lift the revenue cap?
I will do whatever it takes to make Houston a safe city. We do not need to go and address revenue cap. First of all, there's a state revenue cap that would also prohibit us. But we're going to look for, do we need to create criminal justice districts? I'm just telling you, we're going to be creative. We're going to attack the issue of public safety. It starts with keeping violent repeat offenders off the street, but you got to get them to court. You got to hold them accountable. We have capacity in the prison system for mean, dangerous repeat offenders. The folks that do this on a daily basis, the folks that y'all cover on your 10 o'clock news, those guys don't do it one time. That's their profession, their job. They're probably just now getting up right now to plan their mission and their practice tonight. So we're going after them. In fact, I would appreciate if you're an offender and you want to be a violent offender in the city of Houston, you need to go somewhere else, because this group is coming after you.
We talk about more boots on the ground, and we've done many stories where we speak to people in neighborhoods who feel neglected and they would like to see more officers there. Last time, I think the number was around 2,000 short. We've had this issue for years. What specifically are you going to be doing? I know you mentioned recruitment, but how can we be so certain that you'll be able to bring these officers to the streets?
Because it's my priority, and it's the priority of HPD and our brother and sister agencies. You can't fix something until you admit it's a problem. And we have fewer officers than we did just a couple of years, and a lot fewer than we had 20 and 30 years ago, with our population grown. So what you have to do is be serious about recruiting. I will participate. I know for a fact there's Austin police officers that would like to move to Houston. We're getting calls from Seattle. So we're going to look at our lateral hiring. We want people to come to Houston and want to work in law enforcement. Officers historically have been our best recruiters. They haven't practiced that in recent years because they were frustrated. They didn't know that it was the priority of their mayor. So now, officers, I'm going out to cadet class next week and talk to the cadet class. What obstacles did you have to overcome to become HPD officer? I mentioned one, I think, in the swearing in the other day. Officers, cadets have to purchase a $1,000 service revolver. You know how many of them have to go to the police credit union and borrow money to buy a revolver before they get their first HPD check? Nonsense. The police foundation, I could get other corporate sponsors to buy their pistols. It's just welcome them to the city of Houston. So you'll see a difference. You're going to see the enthusiasm in the mayor's office, the chief's office, and we're going to do some really serious recruiting, and I will participate.
And this collaborative effort that you talk about with other departments, you mentioned DPS before, have those conversations started? I know something that you mentioned, we have police chases that we cover all the time from DPS. Can you talk a little bit about what those resources will do in order to reduce crime?
DPS was present this morning. I have a great relationship with DPS. HPD has a great relationship with the DPS. It has worked in other cities. I understand some controversies in Austin, but that was largely driven by the activists that didn't want it to succeed. DPS is in Houston this morning. I have made calls with HPD, ride-alongs, and DPS is there. DPS could help us with air cover to reduce the necessity of chases. We could get someone in the air. In fact, quite frankly, I think HPD needs more coverage in the air, and we will go to Austin and try to get those resources. So it's that force multiplier that we're looking for. We need more traffic enforcement. Why in the world wouldn't you use DPS on your free roads and thoroughfares, freeing up HPD to be in the neighborhood that people so badly want? We're just going to be smart on fighting crime, and we're going to have this collaboration. We're going to work with the sheriff's office. You know, I've made reference that they primarily patrol in the county. I understand that. They've got huge responsibility. Together like we are beginning today. You go to Little York on the north side. North side of the street is the county. Across the street is HPD. They have difficulty communicating to even back up each officer. So there's just a lot of smart on crime that we can do. But you got to make it your priority, and that's why I'm here this morning.
Do you still intend having DPS troopers here in the city of Houston? Is that still your intention?
I'm sorry, what?
Having DPS troopers?
Yeah, they're here now. They're here. They were pulling people over on 290 the other day. They're pulling them over on I-10. We just want it to be more collaborative. Divide the city by agencies where who's going to make sure there's no community going unserved. Traffic enforcement would obviously be a priority to DPS. Let me just tell you, it's dangerous out there to drive right now. People get run over if you do the speed limit on our freeways. Yes, sir. Yeah, let me yield to Chief Finner, who's going to execute this.
No, right here. The question with DPS, okay? Let me be clear about our partnership that we've had for years. It's turned political, but not here in this region. All of the leaders that have come down from DPS has allowed the sheriff and the chief of police and other agencies in their areas to drive the tactics, to drive how we're going to attack crime. That's the important thing. They're part of our partners. A lot of times Houstonians don't realize the staffing and the budget of our air support is not there what it should be. The mayor and I have talked about that. They're going to bring more resources, but who have we relied on and who has partnered with us, flying over our city, helping us to reduce some of the pursuits that you're talking about? So I don't want it to be this political thing. Neither does the mayor. We're going to all continue to work together and do what's best for our city. But let me tell you something. One thing that I do in this city is I cultivate relationships. And every community trusts me. And I'm going to ask that they continue to trust me as we build with everybody here, okay? Thank y'all.
With the higher air presence, would that change the policy right now as it stands if you guys had more presence in the air?
I think it would help us, okay? And we're doing the best that we can do, and we're looking at it. And I'm always, and if you're talking about pursuits, every accident or every crash, I meant to say, during a pursuit, we look at it critically. So we're always looking to improve it, improving things. But more air support, more ships up, that's going to help us. Go ahead, Mayor.
And the chief was so articulate on, we got to depoliticize the DPS issue. It's worked in other communities. They're here now. They would work under the direction of Chief Finner, as they currently do. We will not tolerate racial profiling. But when they were in Austin being effective, you know what most of the calls were? They were 911 from the minority community. The minority community is in great need of public safety, and we're going to address their concerns. You know, when you have a trail in Third Ward that people can't use because they're afraid they're going to get robbed, we're not going to live like that in any part of Houston. So it's time to put politics aside and find results, and that's what we're going to do.
You also mentioned your relationship with state lawmakers.
Sure.
Your time in the Senate. How do you think those relationships will benefit in this situation?
It's already benefiting. First of all, just mention the Land Commission office told us yesterday that we'd be getting $200 million soon on Harvey recovery funding. it's all about relationships. It's all about putting politics aside. Yes, the state has some resources, and because of the breakdown in communications and relationships in previous years between the city and the county and the state of Texas, we're losing out on some valuable funding. Dallas is getting more state resources. We are. That's fixing to change as we stand here and talk. Austin understands how Houston goes is how the rest of the state goes, and they represent the same people that I do, and they're going to give us some resources. We're going to look at communications, technology. We're going to deal with the homeless issue. Unfortunately, a lot of the homeless issue involves the criminal justice system. We got to have a meaningful reentry program. You can't let people out of TDCJ or the county jail onto the streets of Houston without somewhere to go, work, and get some medical. So, you know, I'm bringing many years of experience. I'm results-oriented, and I'm ready to go to work. In fact, I'm fixing to go to work.
We talk a lot about murder. We know that the murder in our city, but everyday crime that impacts everyday people.
Got it.
Such as property crime, auto theft, even sexual assault, those crimes are up. Anything specific that you're going to work on in order to?
Well, obviously, the violent offenders are our highest priority, but you're absolutely right. Nonviolent crimes, such as breaking in the car, someone explained to me years ago, it's only nonviolent because you didn't try to stop them. Catalytic converters, we lost a deputy because he intervened on the streets of a shopping center. So it's all important. Response time's important. And you and I know that people have car break-ins and they don't even call HPD because of the red tape and the lack of response time. So, you know, my house was burglarized about 8 years ago. They were inside my house being videoed for 8 minutes. The bad guys are not afraid to be videoed, or an alarm doesn't mean a heck of a lot like it used to. You and I can remember at some point in our life when an alarm went off, the bad guys ran. They just take their time and ramshack your house and go. So it's a new day, and public safety is our highest priority. But don't think that we're not worried about infrastructure and garbage pickup and city services. It's all important. It's quality of life, but it starts with being safe.
Let's get this last one over here.
Yeah, let's go. Now I got.
You don't want to debate the stats. I just wondered, what are you using as a baseline now to measure your own success in this area?
Oh, there'll be plenty of people do that, I promise you. Listen, I'm not worried about stats. I'm worried about common sense, listening to people, and responding. So there'll be people that look at the stats. I want to look at the stats. You know, I know what it looks like today. I want to know what it looks like a year from now and a year after that.
What's success look like in a year? How do you know if it's success?
People are going to feel safer, and they're going to be real safer. That backlog, 32,000 felons waiting to go to court. Let's look at that number. That'll be a real indicator. We just created 3 new courts to deal with the backlog. Let's see if the backlog is being reduced. Quite frankly, there's multiple indicators of what you're doing. How about the morale of our police officers? Do you have any idea how that impacts public safety? If officers don't think someone's listening to them and they see that they're arresting the same persons over and over because we got a revolving door down at the courthouse, we got to have a bond system that is risk assessment. Just because somebody's charged with a misdemeanor today, if they got a string of violent felony convictions, that needs to be taken in consideration. So there's a lot of work to do, and I've quite frankly got to go to work as I stand before you right now. Thank you, Chief.